Portal has opened up. It's a virtual bridge linking two major cities in the form of a big round tally. For the next few months, it's going to be on 24/7. It's completely wild, and I want one here.
3, 2, 1.
Action in Manhattan is bringing people from 2 continents together. A new sculpture on the Flatiron South Public Plaza next to the famed Flatiron building allows people in New York to connect in real time with people in Dublin, Ireland.
Evolving world of telepathy. Yes, telepathy. It looks like at least one more person will soon be able to control a computer just by thinking about it, because a Wall Street Journal is reporting that the FDA is now giving Neuralink the go-ahead to implant a second patient this summer, despite some issues reported with the first one earlier this year. And this time they're planning on embedding the quarter-sized chip a little bit deeper into that human brain to prevent it from retracting, which is what happened to Noland Arbaugh, who a month after his surgery in January started noticing some issues with the signals that allowed him to control a mouse cursor using just his brain. But Arbaugh says Neuralink was able to fix the issue without doing surgery.
There's no reason to put me through another brain surgery if they could recover any sort of performance, which they were absolutely able to do. They worked around that and they found a way to make it better again. And now it's better than what it was before the thread retraction.
Here's the million-dollar question. Do you believe that a higher form of non-human intelligence has visited this planet?
Right. So non-human intelligence exists. Non-human intelligence has been interacting with humanity. This interaction is not new, and it's been ongoing. And there are unelected people in the government that are aware of that. This current cycle happened last December with the Schumer amendment, and then it got rolled back. It was defeated in the House. And so it remains to be seen, if the process is going to continue. One hopes and can maybe draw a little bit of confidence that maybe this will come around is the colloquy that Senator Schumer and Senator Rounds had back in December. After their amendment got killed, they basically went on the Senate floor and articulated their rationale for the legislation. And I think Senator Schumer, to quote him, almost said it was a travesty that this did not pass.
The United States government has gathered a great deal of information about UAPs over many decades, but has refused to share it with the American people. We've also been notified by multiple credible sources that information on UAPs has also been withheld from Congress, which, if true, is a violation of the laws requiring full notification to the legislative branch.
Not everything that we wanted, but we'll continue to move forward and find additional transparency.
So this is, a bipartisan colloquy on a topic that I guess most people would probably consider fringe, and yet these 2 senators felt the need to do that and to double down on their desire to see this through.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll see maybe a reintroduction of some version of that this summer, with the goal of maybe putting it into the NDAA by the end of the year.
Rear Admiral Tim Gallaudet, who is also the acting director of NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration for some time, is also the Undersecretary of the Commerce for Ocean and Atmosphere. He holds a master's, a PhD in oceanography, also the oceanographer of the Navy. So, sorry, Rear Admiral, but when someone with that kind of resume posts a paper like this, I am going to take notice. Welcome to the show. First off, got to ask, in your opinion, are there things moving around in our oceans in ways that we cannot explain with conventional science? And do you have any examples?
100%. And you just showed 2 videos of those, Gotti, but also I know of eyewitness accounts from submarine officers, as well as intelligence specialists who've seen classified video of these types of objects moving in ways we really couldn't do ourselves. And with technology, we are unable to reproduce.
Have you ever seen any of those videos, or do you have firsthand knowledge or experience with something like this?
I have not, but I know credible people who have. And I actually started to speak out about this because I did see something when I was in the Navy. On the Navy secret network during a big exercise, I received a secret email from my boss, and it was addressed to myself and all the subordinate commanders who reported to my boss. So 20 flags, admirals, and senior executives. And the title of the email was Urgent Safety of Flight Issue. And attached to the email was the now very famous Go Fast video, the leaked UFO video from Navy F-18s. And he asked all of us on the line if we knew what it was, and if we did, tell him, because he was going to have to shut down the exercise. If not, because these craft were having near mid-air collision with Navy aircraft. I knew then and there it wasn't our technology. And then the next day, it was wiped from my computer, and no one ever talked about it. This major safety of flight issue. And I was also the chief meteorologist in the Navy, and safety of flight was my job. So I wasn't able to speak about it because I knew obviously it was compartmented in some special access program. And that's why when my boss sent it out, they wiped it all from everybody's computer.
What you're saying is extremely consequential, and you've referenced other people that have said the same thing that also have similar credibility. There's similar reasons for why we should believe many of these folks, yet the government itself has not formally disclosed. They've been very reluctant to do that. Why? Why do you think that is?
So there's 6 basic reasons, and this, again, you could draw this out from first principles. There's a national security reason. There's the lack of a plan. There's the potential for societal disruption. There's the possibility that there's some non-public agreement. There's the potential for misdeeds and the desire to cover up misdeeds. And there's just the basic organizational intransigence and lack of priority that might be associated with the topic.